Now, back to more of Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater. And your host, Lisa Condon.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I am extremely excited to be on the phone with Tyler Henry, the Hollywood medium, who is coming to the Hanover Theater and Conservatory for the Performing Arts Friday, June 21st, curtains at 8 p.m. Welcome to the program, Tyler.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely. I am so intrigued by your tour and the fact that you're taking your very popular show on E and really adapting it and bringing it out to the masses, throughout the United States. Can you tell us a little bit about that journey and what our audiences can expect? I know it's described as an interactive event,
yeah. So... Definitely. Well, after season 1 of the show came out, we had over 175,000 requests for private one-on-one readings.
Wow.
So immediately I knew there was a large demand, and I knew that unless I planned on cloning myself, there's no way I could do that many. So I made it a point to really want to hit the road and travel and really share this in a way that you don't really see on the TV show. Now, the live show itself is really just a 2-part show. The first part just focuses on me sharing some of the life lessons that I've learned from over 1,000 readings. People hear a little bit more about my story and kind of how I became the Hollywood medium. And then the second part of the show is completely interactive. It's a live audience Q&A. I go out and I do as many readings as I can. And it's really fascinating every time because you never know what's going to happen. It's always new, and it's really interesting for me to see, too.
Well, I think this whole thing is fascinating. I really do. And I can only imagine that to some degree it's got to be exhausting at some level for you, being this much in tune and receptive to everything that's going on around you. So I'm sure you ask this all the time, but how do you rejuvenate yourself and keep yourself fresh and clear as you're traveling on the road?
Well, I find that alone time is really, really important. And just anything energy related, whether it's, being a therapist or being on stage, I think there's an exchange that happens of energy, and it can be very draining. And so it's very important to have that alone time. But it's honestly so gratifying that it makes it all worth it. And I sometimes have a hard time sleeping after the shows because I just have so much adrenaline. I'm so excited and thinking about the readings that happen.
Oh, I can totally see how that would happen, reliving everything that's been said. And do you ever find that you get more of a reading even after you've left a venue?
Sometimes, which can sometimes be the issue. There's sometimes
I'm
I'll
sure.
look back and I wish I would have said something or added something, but I find that these readings happen as they're meant to happen, and whether I read 8 people or 10 people or 15, I always find that the people that are being read are really meant to be read. And even if not everyone can receive a reading one-on-one, I find that a lot of these stories are relatable to people in the audience and the things that they hear, and so they can kind of take away a sense of closure as well.
Absolutely. And so not to give away too much of what you'll be talking to our audiences about, but maybe a little bit of a spoiler alert as far as, how did you first get involved with becoming a medium?
Sure. Well, this all really started for me when I was actually 10 years old, and this happened after I had a premonition of my grandmother's death. And basically I just had this knowingness, and I couldn't explain it, and it ended up being true. And throughout my life, I just started noticing these little moments of knowingness, is what I called them, where I would just know things inexplicably that there's no way I could have possibly known. And when I would share them, people would validate them. So one thing just kind of led to another, and I found that as I started doing these readings more and became, a little bit more mature past 10 years old, I was able to really see how these could impact people's lives, and that the departed could actually teach us a really surprising amount about what it meant to be alive and to be a human being and what really matters and what doesn't. And so in these live shows, I do share some of those messages, and they've really helped me navigate my life, and I think they'll help the people who show up as well.
Oh, I'm sure they will help everybody who is there. Another question I have for you, I'm sure you're asked this often as well, but do you have any nuggets of wisdom for other people who might have those moments of knowingness as far as what resources or tips for them as far as what you would suggest?
Absolutely. I think we all have an intuition, and if you even just look at the word intuition, it literally means inner tuition, inner knowledge. And so I think we all have the ability to connect to that part of us. I think we just live in a time where the beeps and the buzzes of our phones and our schedules and all these things kind of take priority. And we live in a very distracted time. And so I think a big part of connecting to that intuition is connecting to a part of ourselves that is not distracted, that really is entirely present. And through doing my work, I've really found that the importance of being present, as it really allows me to connect. And I think everybody has the ability to do that. It's just really training ourselves to be in the here and the now. And that can definitely be easier said than done.
Absolutely. But again, I'm very interested in this subject. Everybody really is. It feels like there's a movement of awareness and being in the present and the now, as well as more of a commitment to whole health. Do you think that that has had any impact on people being more open to mediums?
Absolutely. I think as society kind of goes the direction it's going, with people being more and more distracted, I think people are even more eager to find a release and an outlet. And so I think mindfulness, intuition, gratitude, all those things that people are kind of drawn to on some level, whether it's subconscious or not, because it does kind of allow us to reclaim our power, I think, in some way.
Absolutely. So again, everybody, I'm talking with Tyler Henry, the Hollywood medium, who is coming to the Hanover Theater Friday, June 21st. Showtime starts at 8 p.m. This is going to be a really great evening. Tyler was talking about how his show is in 2 parts. He's going to talk about his experiences as well as do some more interactive activities and readings with the audience. I have to say the tickets are so reasonably priced to this. There are a few great seats left, so if you're interested, please visit our website, which is the Hanover Theater, spelled with an RE.org. Anything else you want to tell our listeners?
No, it's been amazing. I'm excited. It's going to be a fun time, and I have 3 shows on that one tour, so it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to see Massachusetts.
It is going to be awesome, Tyler, and I have to say I'm smiling just listening to you. So I have a feeling that this is going to be a show where when people leave, they're going to feel really good and inspired. So everybody,
I'm excited.
Absolutely. Can't wait to have you here. So again, everybody, there are still some tickets and more information available on our website, which is the Hanover Theater, spelled with an RE.org. Tyler, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope to talk again.
Absolutely. Everybody else, stay tuned. We'll be back after this quick break here on Behind the Scenes with the Hanover Theater on WCRN AM 830.